What's up guys, and welcome back to Veggie on Pennies. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Alexia and I like to share easy, vegan and simple recipes to help you live healthy while being frugal. So as you can tell by the title of this video, today I'm going to share with you some helpful tips for grocery shopping as a vegan. So this video is mostly catered to beginners to this lifestyle or someone who just wants some helpful tips on grocery shopping. So without any further ado, make sure that you like this video, subscribe, and let's just get right into it. So the first tip I have for you is to check out the flyer online before you head to the store. So nowadays some stores are actually discontinuing their paper flyers, so it's always a good thing to have a look online because that way you know all the deals that the store is offering before you head inside. So as of right now, Walmart has discontinued their flyer because of the whole pandemic going on. They want to make sure that they have enough product for their customers, so they just decided to discontinue their flyers for a couple of weeks. At least in Canada, I don't know about the States, so you have to check out over there. I prefer going to Food Basics anyway, so that's not really a big issue, and Food Basics still has their flyer. So before I go there, I make sure I have a look online, look out for all the good deals. I mostly check on the produce section, I skip the meat section, and then there's also some dry goods sections. Sometimes there's flour or like Oreos on sale, so I make sure that I put that on my list if I see something interesting. That brings me to the next point, which is make an organized grocery list. So it's a good thing to have a list, but something that makes it a little bit more useful when you get there is having a list that's really organized by categories and by order. So what I mean by that is that obviously when you go to your grocery store, there's categories. You know, there's the produce section, the meat section, the refrigerated section, the canned goods, and so on and so forth. But also in each particular grocery store, when you walk in, those categories are going to be in different orders. So I know when in my grocery store, when I walk in, the produce is first when I get in. So I make sure I want to have that first category listed on my list. So while I'm scrolling on the website looking at the flyers, I'm also making my list on my notes app on my phone. So I organize it by produce because that comes first when I get in my grocery store. Then I add the dry goods and anything that's going to be in the refrigerated section because that's usually on the perimeter of the grocery store, at least where I live locally. So make sure that you have a list that's organized but also placed in order. The third tip I have for you is kind of like random, but I personally like to show up early, especially because I go grocery shopping usually on weekends, and the earlier you get there, usually the less people. So I'm a bit hardcore, so my grocery store opens at 8, so I make sure I'm actually there at 8, so right when it opens I can get in, do my stuff, and I don't have to wait in long lines, and all the aisles are like nice and like empty, so it makes it really easy for me to do my grocery shopping in peace, especially with the pandemic going on. You know, you have to keep distance between people, so having a empty place makes it a lot easier to do that. So show up early if you can. The tip I have for you is always bringing your grocery bags and produce bags. So actually I went grocery shopping this morning and I forgot my produce bags. So when that happens, I actually don't even use the plastic ones that they provide there. I put stuff in my cart without any bags at all. So I bought some parsley this morning, some onions, some green onions, and some other produce I can't really remember, but I just put them in my cart without any plastic because, you know, you don't want to use plastic anyways. Yeah, I just make sure that when I get home I wash it really well and it's good to go. So make sure to bring your produce bags, but if you forgot them, no stress, you can just go without them. So the sixth tip I have for you is all about milks. So if you're vegan, you know that we're really thankful to have both the shelf stable milk and also the refrigerated milk. So I don't know if dairy milk has a shelf stable version. I don't think so. I think it's only like the powdered milk and stuff. So I know that for plant milks we have both options, so I make sure to take advantage of that. Usually I buy just the shelf stable milk because it's usually less expensive and you can just stock up that way. But if you do prefer the refrigerated milk, make sure that you do also stock up and buy a few cartons of the shelf stable one, because you never know that if you because you want to make sure that if you run out of the refrigerated one, you do have some backups. I usually have like one milk chilling in the fridge and like 3 or 4 or 5 other cartons of shelf stable milk in the pantry, so that way I'm covered on all the bases, especially since I bake a lot, so that milk kind of goes by very fast. Number 7 is frozen fruits and veggies. So in the summer we're kind of blessed with all the fresh fruits and veggies that are all in season and like really ripe, really beautiful, really tasty. But in the winter, at least where I live, we have really harsh winter in eastern Canada. It gets hard to find some really nice seasonal fruits and veggies. Actually, by hard I mean quite impossible. So in that case, I make sure that I stock up on some frozen veg and frozen fruits. On top of being available year round, they're usually a little bit less expensive, so that's a good way for me to get my nutrients from produce without spending a lot of money on them. And right now it's like April, it's a little bit gloomy, and all the there's not really much selection on the seasonal fruits yet, but I bought some mangoes that were frozen peas, frozen broccoli, and stuff like that. Mangoes can be really expensive if you buy them fresh. They can run up to like $2 or $3 a piece, but buying them in frozen makes it really more affordable. So that's a way that I love to eat my fruits. It's just buy them frozen. Point number 8 is all about the vegan specialty goods. So when we first go vegan, we were really excited about all the vegan cheeses options, and especially now, like 5 years ago there weren't that much, but now there's like Beyond Meat and all the awesome Daiya cheeses, and like the tofu, the tempeh, and the vegan sausages and vegan all of that stuff. There's so many options now, but you want to make sure that at least if you're trying to be a little bit more on a budget, that you use them sparingly. Yes, they're amazing to have once in a while, but I always like to make sure that I buy them on occasion. Usually I will actually just stick to beans as a source of protein, and then I will also add tofu because I love tofu. I love the texture, I love how versatile it is. You can put it in sauces and scrambled tofu. So tofu is way more versatile, so if you really want to have something that's satisfying and you're gonna have often, I would say tofu is the way to go. Obviously if you have more of a bigger budget, go for it, but that's personally where I am at this stage in my life. When I actually want to go ahead and buy these items, I make sure that they are on sale. It doesn't really happen often, it's usually just always at full price, but sometimes you get lucky and you get maybe 2 for $5 or really good deals like that, so I make sure that I stock up on them when those deals happen, and you can always freeze them and stuff like that. So recently I was at Costco last week, and I saw that they were carrying an 8-pack of the Beyond Meat for only $19.99 Canadian. If you don't know, usually you can find a packet of 2 at your regular grocery store, but they usually run for $8 for 2 patties. So that's $4 a patty, which is quite high, but at Costco I found them for 8 patties for $20, which makes it to about $2.50 a patty, so almost half off the price. So I make sure that I grabbed those and brought it home, and yeah, next time that I go to Costco, I'm gonna make sure and I stock up on them because it's a really good deal. Yeah, those are the tips that I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you tried these out. If you're just starting out to the veganism lifestyle, it can be a little bit tricky, but hopefully this video helps you out and makes it a little bit more clear for you. Let me know down below if you have other questions or suggestions of videos that you want me to film. And without being said, yeah, just make sure that you like this video, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Think back to you, I feel the same every time. 'Cause I guess I never loved you like I love me.